All right, Shalom. This is Kanata by Yahawah from the Lions in the Yahawah camp. First and foremost, I'd like to say Kal Halayim La Yahawah, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harukah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim of pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai. All right, I want to start out by going into 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It's going to be a quick hitter on the spirit of fear, because we have some bad perilous times that we're approaching. We're in the midst of time of Jacob's trouble, and next is going to be the hour of temptation. There's going to be a lot of things going on around that time. There's a lot of things going on right now, and you got Esau already doing his fear mongering, trying to get people to be subjected to his agenda by putting fear in the hearts of man. But the Most High, Yahawah Bashem Yahushai, did not give us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. All right? So I just want to get a couple scriptures going into that. It's going to be a quick hitter, more like a spiritual hydration. Lord willing, is edifying the service purpose for the hopeful elect that believe in the name of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai, and the Akim and elders and apostles that labor in sincerity and in truth. All right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, "For Yahawah hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." Right. So going into that word fear is just timidity, fearfulness, cowardice. All right. So we don't have that cowering spirit where we get to running and moving in haste in a time of trouble. All right. Scripture say, "Give not haste in the time of trouble," but we have a spirit of power. All right. And the power, strength, ability. All right. Spirit, especially miraculous power, ability, abundance, meaning might, miracles, power, strength, violence, mighty, work. It says moral power, excellent of soul. And what is that soul? Is when the spirit enters into the body, that inner man, and you become a living soul. So our soul will not be fearful, because the spirit will be guiding and not causing, because fear is a fleshly thing. The fear of the Lord is not a fleshly fear; it's a fear of understanding of who Yahawah Bashem Yahushai is, and giving reverence to Him, being Almighty power, and giving the power unto His dear Son. And we're fearful of what Yahawah Bashem Yahushai is capable of, but that fear is a sense of comfort, because we understand what to fear and what not to fear. We don't fear what man can do. We fear what the Lord, Yahawah Bashem Yahushai, can do. So therefore we operate and move according to that fear of the Lord, Yahawah Bashem Yahushai. But he spiritually gives us power, all right, and stability, all right, according to the Spirit. So going forward, let's get that word, sound mind. In admonishing or calling to soundness of mind, to moderation of self-control, self-moderation. So the flesh want you to move in haste and panic and worry, but the spirit is what's going to keep you intact, because of what Scripture says. Let me get it. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time, and strength of salvation. So sound mind is what the Lord gave us: a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. 33:6 to 36:3. All right, this is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right, so stability. All right, firmness, fidelity, steadfastness. All right, literally firm, figuratively security, morally fidelity, faith, faithfully faithfulness. All right, set office, stability, steady, truly, truth, rarely. So this truth is what's going to, what's going to keep us intact. All right, what does that say? Amawana. All right, so that's of a sound mind. All right, and that's going to be the strength of our salvation in these times that are come. And the fear of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai is his treasure. Those that walk according to that fear of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai. All right, so now real quick, what is the definition of like Wikipedia or Webster, Oxford definition of fear? All right. I want to get this because there's key points that's in this definition that I want to expound on. All right. It says not that the definition in the Bible wasn't enough, but just just going further down the rabbit hole. I said fear, a noun. It says an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat, and that's what Esau is going to use to bring forth his agenda. He's going to put fear in the minds of men to force that chip, to force people in concentration camps, and to force people to stop believing in Yahawah Shem Yahushai. They did it once before with Antiochus IV. All right, being that wicked root that declared that it was unlawful for us to perform the Sabbath or even consider ourselves being Jews. All right. So the Messiah then put us in the mindset to operate according to that fear. Because if you operate according to that fear, you're going to get the same judgment of the ones that bring in that fear. All right. Let me get a couple more scriptures and close it out. Next scripture I want to get is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 12. It says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offereth, and the expectation from within being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. So fear is nothing else but a betraying of succors, and when succors is like spiritual uh protection. Let me see. All right, is a assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. All right, right. So who was our assistance and support in the time of trust and stress? Guidance. This is similar words: aid, help, a helping hand. The Lord says He's going to redeem us with His mighty right hand. Support, comfort, and He's comforting us with His words, and He's backing us, and He's like protecting us, coming to our aid. All right. So it says, for fear is nothing else but the betraying of succors. So, like, hope for the ungodly is an abomination. Matter of fact, let me find that. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 14. It says, for hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind. So they're the reason why they have to fear, because they have no hope. All right, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed where here and there with a tempest, and passes away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth by a day, but a day. All right, and that's their hope is vanity. All right, and that's just it. But the hope for the righteous is but the souls of the righteous are in the hands of the Most High. Matter of fact, let me get that. Verse 3. Chapter 3 says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahawah, and there shall no torment touch them. All right, and that's the point. The souls of the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahawah Shem Yahushai. If you truly believe, you have nothing to fear. Do we tend to get carnal at some point in time, and our mind gets to get off track? That's cool, because when thoughts like that, one thing the elder Yahawah taught me was, I used to get crazy about certain thoughts that would enter into my mind, but the Lord gave us a gift of discernment to be able to discern which thoughts are righteous and which thoughts are not, because thoughts come from experiences of the flesh. That's how a thought can enter into your mind. So that's why Esau exposes a lot of things to the visual for us to see, to create those different thoughts. But the Lord gave us discernment to be able to discern between these thoughts and to have a sound mind. And that's what these scriptures do. So we have no reason to fear, but sometimes we get a little anxious and nervous because of us being in the flesh. But our comfort comes from the word of Yahawah Shem Yahushai, and he's going to be there at that time of need. And I'm going to close it out with this last scripture. This is Isaiah 41:14. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee." Right. So he's Yahawah Shem Yahushai is our succor, our help, our aid in the time of need. And he said he was going to help us. He promised. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob." And the worm is like the most vulnerable insect or animal there is, you know. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel." And the worm dwell in the ground. That's kind of like representation of us being in the dust, and we're about to be lifted out of the dust, you know. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, Yahawah Shem Yahushai, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." All right. I'm going to keep going because this is beautiful right here. It says, "Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth." Meaning he's going to give us power. Right. Come on, man. That's that stability and that sound mind. The power. He didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power. Like having teeth. You know. An edge. You know, it's representing power. All right. Might. All right. "Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff." So these governments and things like that, these governments being in the mountains and the hills, we're gonna break them down and beat them as chaff. And they're the ones that implementing them. The elite are using these governments, especially here in America, to implement their plan. But the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear. He gave the spirit of power and love and of a sound mind. And the Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and served His purpose. And I say, Kal Halayim La Yahawah, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Harakakadash, my mom. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing this truth to sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahawah Shem Yahushai, man. We have nothing to fear, man. Because the Lord said He's going to help us and protect us, man. All right? Shalom.